on 1st September 1967. Number 1, Rotary Life. He is a charter member of Rotary Club of Ongata Rongai, served as a club director of projects and membership, past president, Rotary Club of Ongata Rongai, 2015 to 2016, directed and overseen 2 water and sanitation projects in Kajiado and Narok, respectively. Currently, District Governor Special Representative, DGSR, for Rotary Club of Ongata Rongai East. His academic achievement is a Bachelor of Architecture, degree, University of Nairobi, Master of Environment, Planning and Management in Kenyatta University, Postgraduate Diploma in Development Studies at Daystar University, Postgraduate Diploma in Project Management at Daystar University, Project Management Professional, Cambridge University, ongoing PhD in Environmental Management and Governance at the University of Nairobi. Profession, practice, registration. Patrick Mugo is a registered and practicing architect. He is a registered lead expert by NEMA to conduct environmental impact assessment and audits. Patrick is a practicing project management professional and an associate chartered institute of arbitration. Professional bodies that Patrick is a member is the Board of Registration of Architects and Quantity Surveyors, Environment Institute of East of Kenya, Agricultural Association of Kenya, Architects and Quantity Surveyors Education Board. Patrick has worked in the public service, currently partner Inter Architects Limited, lecturer at Technical University of Kenya, examiner for registering architects and quantity surveyors, over 26 years. He has over 26 years of working experience. Patrick Mugo Karugo, our speaker today, is also chairman of Ngong Municipality Board, chairman Ololaisa Water Company, chairman Friends Corner Association, board member Primary and Secondary Schools, member Ngong Diocese Building Committee. Patrick is married with children, and his aspiration is always to engage positively and being a role model on matters of leadership, environment, and the built environment. Friends, Rotarians, and visiting Rotarians and guests, let's join our hands in welcoming Patrick Mugo Karugo, our speaker today.
Good evening, members.
Good evening.
Okay, I'm happy to see all of you, Quora membership, and also to be back here at the front where I was last in 2016. Okay, basically the topic today we are having at hand is about economic development. The subject mainly Ngong Municipality. Ideally, we are going to talk about the Ngong Municipality and then see the positives it has. And the way I've structured my talk is very quick topics. We look at the background of the municipality formations, then the Ngong municipality itself, the extents. We also look at the political representation of Ngong municipality. After that, we will address what are the functions of municipality, look at the challenges, then we look also at the opportunities that are there, and then finally, the way forward on the whole matter. Okay, our municipality here, Ngong Ngong Municipality is within Kajiado County, which is county number 94. And municipalities are actually enshrined in the Constitution, Chapter 11, for the devolved governments. Then you have Article 184, which actually talks about the management of urban areas. And this is escalated again to Urban and Cities Act of 2011, which has been repealed in 2017 and again recently in 2019. The repeals have basically affected matters of representation and also the population, because according, for example, to the 2011 Act, what qualified to be a municipality was a population of up to 250,000, and then cities 500,000. But as it is now, 50,000 qualifies for a municipality, 10,000 qualifies for a town center, and 250,000 qualifies for a city. So you can see where we are as Ongata, the Ngong municipality, where we are headed. The extent of this municipality is 91 square kilometers, and the latest census of 2009 was 200. The population was 230,000, but now I am sure it's going to be higher than that. And it comprises of the entire Kajiado North constituency. You know the Kajiado North constituency. Then it has part of the Kajiado West constituency, basically the Orosios area, which is the catchment for the Kiserian Dam. Then you have part of the Ngong Hills, especially the part of Arukin Kiserian. You move up, we have Kibiko area, and then the forest area especially, and then to Kirarapon, especially where we have the water tower. That is basically the extent as of now. But the future plan is to extend it to have both Kajiado Northern, Kajiado West as part of the municipality. The municipalities basically operate on what we call per capita, and funds are channeled based on the population. For example, like recently we had some funds channeled for Kenya Urban Support Program. It was basically based on the municipality. And in Kajiado, we have two municipalities at the moment. We have Kajiado Town, of which the repealed act stated that all county headquarters must be municipalities. So despite the low population of Kajiado Town, it still became what? A municipality. Then we have Ngong, of course, which had qualified. Kitengera should be our third one, most likely coming after this census. You'll also realize that with the time, we could end up having Ongata Rongai as a municipality and Ngong as a municipality because of the dynamics that are there. Now, what are the word representation of this place? The words that we have are Ngong, we have Orkeni, we have Ngaimoronya, we have Ororua, we have Ongata Rongai, we have Owaso Kidong, and Kikonyoki. Those are the political entities that form our municipality at the moment. You realize that growth is quite high, especially in Ngong municipality. It's about 5%, the rate of growth. But specifically, Ngong area is 17.52% growing, which is very, very high. The annual growth rate is... Population, yes. Ngong Town is actually developing at a higher rate than Ongata Rongai. And this is simply because of the way Ngong is aligned. For Rongai is a ribbon town. Development is developing along the road. For Ngong, it goes to the interior. And you may think that Ongata Rongai has many people, but ideally it's Ngong that is growing at a very, very high rate. That calls, of course, for need to look at it, at the planning issues here. Now, I want us to look at the functions of the municipality. When the municipalities were enacted, each of the municipality was supposed to have a charter, and this is the charter for our municipality. It was gazetted on 5th of April this year. And it describes all the functions of what we should happen. And as you see, it has quite a lot. what should a municipality do to its people? And it's good we look at them so that you get to know what it is. The first is to promote regulations and provision of refuse collection and solid waste management. We all know the big problems we are having. Promotion and provision of water and sanitation services and infrastructure, either directly or through water companies. Construction and maintenance of roads and associated infrastructure. Construction and maintenance of storm drainage and flood water control. Walkways and non-motorized transport means. Construction and maintenance of green parks and green areas for recreation. Provision of street lightings. Regulation and traffic control, and also parking facilities, municipal roads, bus stands and taxi stands, regulations of the outdoor advertising and street signage, like what Patrick do, infrastructure, provision of markets and abattoirs, construction and maintenance of fire station, firefighting services, emergency and disaster preparedness. Then we have promotion, regulation, development, and provision of municipal sports and cultural activities, promotion, regulation, and provision of animal control and welfare, development and enforcement of municipal plans and development controls, municipal administration services, including construction and maintenance of administration offices, promoting and undertaking infrastructural development and services within the municipality, or any other functions that may be directed by the county executive committee. So you can see those are basically 17 functions, but in them they really have a lot in them. That is the work of the municipality, and ideally what is supposed to happen is devolution. The devolution is supposed to move from the county government, and then the county government empowers the municipality with these what? Services. Simply because it is the municipality that has what? Access to the people, it is in touch with the people. But you find we have so many challenges as we do all these things. And I want us to look at a few challenges we have here in Ongata Rongai. Our first big challenge is lack of a municipal plan. I think in Ongata Rongai we don't have a plan. In Ngong Municipality we don't have a plan. Ngong is a bit organized. But here we lack a comprehensive municipal plan, and there are no future spatial outlook for this municipality. So this is the first thing we are trying to do. There is no also linkage to the national development priorities. For example, now we have the Agenda 4, or the Big 4 agenda, which has housing, industrialization, health and agriculture. But we are not linked. As a municipality that is next to Nairobi, at least we should be having a project linked to that going on here. But that is not happening. There is no harmony, haphazard development in municipal space, and of course there is over-concentration in our nodes. Go to Masai Lodge, go to Ngong Town, all those are planning issues. Basically, planning issues is one of the challenges that we have. Poor state of our roads is another challenge. Our roads are narrow. There was no planning. We have roads of even 4.5 meters. We know of Moja Road, which even once there was a contract to do the road, it could not be done. Of course, the roads are dilapidated and poor connectivity to main roads. You'll find the way the planning has been, it was not coordinated. And all this is because of lack of a comprehensive plan. Then roads get affected directly. Lack of water. We have a water company that provides water in this region, both Ngong and Ongata Rongai. And according to the strategic plan of Rise Water Company, which I also happen to be the chair, as a caretaker chair, we should be providing 8 million liters of water per day, with a projection of up to 11 million liters. But at the moment, what is available at times ends up being even less than 3 million. At times, like currently we are talking is about 2 million. And you see there is a lot of flourishing of water companies, because the private sector has to come in and fill what? The gap that is there as a result of that challenge. Poor sanitation, lack of sewerage facility, limited sewer connectivity, discharge of the open sewer to the environment, and then of course lack of monitoring and enforcement of this development decision. Poor sanitation, I think I will not talk about it so much. We all know at night how people do it in Ongata, Rongai. The county administration, of course, now is really moving into checking on that. But that's not the way it should be. We should have a sewer right to take care of what is happening. Limited social amenities. Again, as a municipality, we need to have social amenities, social halls, fields for sports and all that. That is a challenge. And we have to deal with it. Even when it comes to the ECD for the lower primary school, they are inadequate. Also poor location of facilities to promote running. You'll find actually most of our schools where they are located, it's as if it's an afterthought. For example, we have one very nice school that has come up at Mpakasi, which is on the lower side. You may even think it's what? In Nairobi. These are challenges of planning. And ideally, what really happens when you don't have a development plan, when you subdivide your land, you are supposed to actually surrender a portion of that land to the public for what? For public amenities. But what has been happening within our region, that's not the case. The new regulations that we are going to come with, they will really take care of that. Environmental degradation is another challenge we have. The population is growing very fast. The subdivision of land. So what happens? There's encroachment into the riparian land. People are not observing that. There are also no people to oversee that. Discharge of wastewater into the clean water sources. A very good example is our Kiserian Dam, which collects quite a lot from the slaughterhouses, and all this water gets into the dam. Yes, it's treated, but the company is spending a lot of money to treat that water so that it gets to that level, it can be consumed. Leakage of septic tanks into the environment. We saw in Ongata, Rongai, and also in Ngong construction of the road, that people are even doing soak pits in the middle of the road. In Ongata, Rongai, in fact, there were even septic tanks in the middle of the road. Then, of course, we have our waste. You know, the Ngong dam site is a challenge, is an environmental degradation, encroachment of the Kiserian Dam. Our Ngong forest, those of you who go to the Ngong Hills to cry, you've seen how the forest is encroached. We have some springs there, water springs, about 7 of them, with a very good water. And this encroachment is actually endangering that. Then unplanned expansion and residential development in a degenerating landscape. If you look at our developments, it's all high rise, you don't know where this is high, low, and all that. Ideally, a planned city, a planned region should have land use plans. This is for commercial development, this is for upper scale, this is for flats, you know, bungalows and that kind of thing. But what we have is quite something. We don't have any zoning plans. We don't have standards. For example, setbacks. If you talk to many people here, they don't know what setbacks means. You don't build right up to the boundary. You're actually supposed to set back your house and leave adequate space for a car. And according to the we call them second or adoptive construction laws, it doesn't matter whether it's commercial or not, other than within the city where you have 0 or 1.5 building line. A building line is always supposed to be 6 meters. You are supposed to leave that. But again, it goes even to how our planning is done. Those who do the subdivision of the property, they don't include that. And the whole exercise ended up being expensive. Limited plan support for the support of residential development. What you are saying are our roads well developed for people to plug in housing. No protection to viable potential presented by new infrastructure and agroecological potential. Poor management of urban structures. Ideally, in urban management, there should be a reporting office that is helpful to all. Well, now they are beginning to come up, but we've not been having that. We should have even field officers going down, coming to the people and meeting them. Security is also another challenge. We know what happens around, and security is a big issue within our municipality. It's improved at the moment, but once in a while you hear cases here and there. Lack of emergency preparedness. I don't know whether we have a fire station, and if it's there, maybe it's not working. But generally, it's a challenge. We don't have a fire station. We don't have even a boarding unit. We don't have a trauma center. All these are challenges that must be there. And even, for example, our hospitals, Ngong and Ongata, should have actually special emergency space, since most of them at some point they are going to graduate to higher levels, so let's say level 5, level 3, and that kind of thing. So those are basics of the challenges I've tried to look at, and there are many more. I want to talk about something, the CIDP, that is the County Integrated Development Plan. This is what the county government of Kajiado has in mind, and basically it has 9 sectors it is using to address the problems. And the first one is a sector of the sewerage system, solid waste management. Already plans are quite advanced to have the relocation of the Ngong dump site. Then land use planning, that is an ongoing process which will require public participation. Food security is also another issue. We may think Ngong is basically dormitory for Nairobi or for workers, but also food security is a major issue that is under the CIDP. Economic empowerment, youth empowerment, roads and infrastructure, markets, water resources, healthcare, and education. Those are the key sectors that the county government is looking at, and each is elaborated more and more. Now, what are the opportunities of that we have in this county? Ideally, the opportunities we have are in 4, I would call them capitals. I have classified them in 4. And the first one is the geographical capital, our geography where we are, the strategic capital, the socio-cultural capital, and the democratic capital. Now, the geographic capital is very important in that we are unique with a lot of geographic features. We have the Ngong Hills, we have the Susua, and vast savannas. That is one opportunity that we have in Kajiado. Then we also have diverse fauna and flora. I think although the park is in Nairobi, we enjoy a bit of it.